Okay, so here we go, moving on. So now we've got the codes, we've got the basics, right? The 101, 111, the 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some number reducing. There's a lot of ways to do it, but let's stick to what we've got with this code. I know we've already got a code, so let's work with it. Try what you've got at home. We'll see what happens, okay? So let's just start with 1. Here we go, 1. On 101, we can reduce it to 11. We can go to 1, right? Not too much. So if we got 1, we can do the mirror, maybe. 1 minus 1, right? Okay, whatever. We've got mirror. Here's the sign for mirror. Okay, so let's try a different one. We've got all these are just examples how to reduce. We've got 1, 2, 3, we can mirror. 3, 2, 1, right? 1, 2, 3, backwards is 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got another reducer. Let's use the number 120. We can reduce it to 12. We can reduce it to 21, right? By mirroring this, right? We can mirror 0 to 1, but still it's only going to be 21, okay? So let's use 1101. That's the mirror. That's the only one you can really do with that, right? Same with the 110, mirror. Well, maybe we could do something like this, the 110 to 11, right? It's the same as the mirror. Moving on. You will learn and use new ones, but stick to these. This is a system that we are going to be called and using, okay? So if I have a number that I mirror and the 0 is first, we don't use it. So if I got a 24-hour clock and I mirror it, it's just going to be 42. If I've got a clock of 12:30 and I mirror it, it's going to be 321. We're not going to use the 0. So okay, moving forward. So now we've got more of the advanced code. All right, so we've got code advanced. All must match with math, truth, and numbers, right? It's totally up to you, but we have to have it all work. So with the mirror and reducing, we get it all. Q is what? Military, right? It's precision. GPS, right down to the inch or down to the seconds, right? Timestamps and Q clock. Sound familiar? You think there are clues in my writing? Do not study the writing. It's just a message. Read so you understand it, yes, but it's not here. Just trust yourself. You guys will figure out. This is amazing. You get this, man. I can't teach you anything more than you'll understand from your own learning. The most important part is to find the missing. Let's see. The most important part to find the missing is in one place. I'm not sure. Let's see. Other things lead and confirm to you you're learning things. Okay, right? After a while, that's all you're going to see. It's going to be up to you, man, but your brain's going to hurt. It will hurt. Like all the Q stuff. You get mad at first, right? You know, and then you try to help others. This is going to hurt your brain too because you're going to be going into a matrix. You're changing your thought process. So now we're going into the code, okay? This is the advanced part too. Here is the secret to the numbers, timestamp, code, and order. The U.S. Marines gave us the key to unlock the code. You know who else? It's military, right? So we've got the number reducing. This is part 2, okay? The incredible Marines, they have this unit that super rocks. It's called the 3rd, okay? Now they have a saying among many, but the military, the Marines, they're 3rd. They're the first ones on the beach, man. They say 3rd is first, man. They're in there for the attack, okay? So now we can't really talk about the Marines right now. Would love to because they're awesome. All the military is, but we're trying to learn something. So well, God bless you, Marines. So if we use the great motto, we will unlock the key. Just one of the keys, okay? There's a lot. This is just one of the many things that connect everything. This is not the one, it's just a one. So we're going to use the 3rd is first. So we got the numbers 1, 2, 3. Number 1, 2, 3 in order. So if we take the 3rd is first motto, we're going to take the 3rd number and we're going to put it in the first. So it's going to be 3, 2, 1. 3rd is first. This is the key. There's no way without it. If we don't use this 3rd is first, there is no key. There will be no gap to figure out. There is no gap. There is no message. We have to use the 3rd is first. There's a couple others, but we'll get into those as we move on. All right. So we got the code recap. Let's go with this. The numbers. So we do the number reducing Third is first, no zero, you already got this. We use the mirror. Those are basically the three kinds that we're going to be using. We'll talk about the signs, coincidences, words, misspellings, retweets, deletes. These are all code. We'll talk about it later, but we've already talked about it. When we use this, you know what the message is. So let's use an example of a lot going on, but this is very easy, you guys. It really is. I'm not a teacher, so it's hard for me to get my point across. Hopefully we'll get there one day, all right? So this is the formula. Does that give us the answer? No. This is how algebra does work, right? Does algebra work without formulas? Math must have a formula. It has to have a constant for everything to work. Everything has to have a formula to make it tight, to fall in. How else we're going to check? So we've got AM, PM tweets, 12, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Here's our gap between the 12 and the 4:30. We've got a 4-hour and 30-minute difference, but a gap of 4 hours and 29 minutes. That's our gap message. See, that's just how it works. That's the formula. So now we've got the code. We're going to look at our first tweet. If I go look at Q drop, okay, so the first thing I look at Q drop 1200. Why am I okay? So I've got my Q drop, or my timestamp. I'm going to go look at my Q drop of 1200. If that looks like what the message was, perfect. If not, I hang on and then go and look at my gap between the two. Okay, if that seems like the message, awesome. If not, then I go and wait a bit, and then I wait till his next tweets and I look for the gap. I'm always looking for the clue, so if it doesn't make sense, I chill out and wait. When it hits and you know it's right, there's no question about it. When you're confused, once again, you're confused. So a lot of times that's where the numbers come in, the 11 and the 22s. Those are telling you that you're on the right track. You also see coincidences, so you know you're on the right track. You're going to catch on when you start going from Q drop to Q drop, okay? Not every single Q and every single number is going to be there. You'll go crazy, right? So if I go look at Q drop 1200, it'll tell me what to do. If not, I go to, like I say, with everything I just explained, okay? You just wait. You have to sometimes. How can everything come out all at once? We got deletes and retweets and all kinds of things going on, so we have to know what's going on. Okay, so let's do a code breakdown. Part 1. First, just read timestamp Q drops, okay? You get it. After that, just start reading your own Q drop timestamps. Don't worry about what mine is or what yours is. Just read them. That is how you get to learn the code. It was self-taught. That was how you be and start in grade 1. Just start reading the Q drops to the timestamps. Follow the Q drops. If you do this, you'll go straight into high school with just a few hours. You'll really get it. It's very easy, 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 okay? So you're going to see coincidences all the time. Here's our numbers again, the dates of 11 and the 12, and these are the executive order dates, and these are just beautiful dates, man. You're going to get it. This is 11/11, you know, the parade you'll never forget. Okay, so step 2, when you do this, you will know if you're right, or the number of the Q drop, or if you need to go further by reducing the timestamps. Who cares about the timestamps, time zone? Don't worry, man, you're going to get it. You're just going to find coincidence after coincidence. But the most important number reducer is third to first, okay? Just like this, it will take your time. You are looking at a lot of Q drops. Sounds hard, maybe. I don't know. I'm less than a month in and I read it like a newspaper. It's that easy. And so will you. When you do this, you will say, it took you that long just to say, look at Q drops in order? I know, it's that easy. I wake up, look at them, post to something real quick, go back to bed sometimes. It's awesome, it's fun, it's great. And you know if you're on it. So let's go into and see you on the next video.